everyone, my name is Valdrin and I'm a technical analyst for BeInCrypto. Today we're going to talk about one specific altcoin, which is Harmony with the ticker 1. I really like the movement from it. It's one of the coins that has held up the best during this ongoing bounce, which is happening in the entire crypto markets. And therefore we will do a more detailed analysis on it. Going in different time frames, so starting from the long term to the short term, and then also doing the one BTC trading pair. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into it. So the first thing I'm noticing when I'm seeing one is this previous resistance area here at 0.21217. Now, this is a very crucial area since it previously acted as the all-time high resistance. So at first, we had this area here acting as resistance again, and then here returned to support. Now, this entire period here is now just considered a deviation because, as you can see, one broke down below it, but then reclaimed it and validated in the form of a long lower wick. So this is considered the sign of buying pressure, and now this entire period here is just considered a deviation. Also, there is this potential ascending support line. I'm not sure if it's being followed that well, but if we place it here, then we have the deviation has also occurred below the support line, besides just transpiring below the horizontal area here. So its subsequent reclaim is a very bullish development. Now, let's move to technical indicators. So as you can see, the MACD is moving upwards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successive higher momentum bars. This means that the short-term trend is picking up and is eventually, I mean, it's still below zero, so it's still slower than the long-term trend because the long-term trend is mostly this part right here, which, as we can see, has been moving downwards, but the short-term trend is picking up. Also, another really bullish development is the RSI. So as you can see, the 50 line in the RSI works really well in order to just determine the direction of the trend just by looking at it. So as you can see, it first crossed above 50 right here, and then it stayed above 50 for the entirety of the bullish upward movement, with the exception of this really small deviation here. Now, if it has already reclaimed it, so if it manages to hold on above, it would be an extremely bullish sign that would most likely lead to the continuation of the upward movement. Now, let's go to a shorter term. So here's what I'm seeing in the shorter term. Now, the main resistance area is right about here. So 0.286. It is both the descending resistance line when we draw it from the all-time high, and it is also the 0.618 fib retracement resistance level. So as soon as one manages to reclaim this area, it would confirm that the correction is over, but I believe the correction is over in any case. But this could act as like a, I don't know, further confirmation. Sorry. And also let's try and do some type of wave count here. So here's the first thing that I'm noticing. Actually, there are two main things that I'm noticing. The first is that this entire thing here looks like a 5-wave upward movement with an extended 5th wave. I think even the ratios work somewhat. I haven't actually checked, but actually no, they don't. They don't work that well, but still, it's above the one, close to the 2.61, but not actually there. So yeah, this does look like a 5-wave upward movement, and then more importantly, it's this overlap here. So again, as you can see on a 5-wave upward movement, wave 4 does not touch the top of wave 1. So if this were a downward movement, we'd expect something like this. We would not expect this, correct? So since this transpired, so we had this overlap, my most likely scenario is that this is an ABC correction, which was completed. So it also transpired between the 0.618 and 786. We can actually consider the 618 here because the only breakdown was in the form of a lower wick. So yeah, so most likely it moves towards a new high, and then the next resistance would be at 0.52, which is a 1.61 external Fib retracement. I could see this possibly being just A of an ABC, but even in that case, we just have some sort of double top here. So it seems almost certain to me that it will go towards 0.367 or something. And let's do one Bitcoin pair really quick. So same movement, we have this resistance line, same overlap here, and technical indicators have turned bullish. So in my opinion, this pair is also heading towards new highs. So everyone, thanks for being a part of this video, and I will see you next week.